Hey everybody, welcome to the Rhino show. Today I'm going to do a wrap-up video on the dual motor infraction, and then we're going to compare all three of my infractions. So today's a good day. So let's start out. I've adjusted the mesh on all three of them. I've got all three of them absolutely ready to go, ready to hit the streets. Now I'm just gonna have a plan to do it. I'm trying to figure out how to get this a better picture for you guys. We'll try that for right now. Alright. So let's just pop this thing off here, which is way to use these so I don't tear up stuff. Alright, you can see that we got, first thing is the height. The overall height is dropped. You can see better probably here. And the side panels might need to be trimmed a little bit because they do go over the chassis and hang down about 3 millimeters. You get some downforce in the front, and this body is just gonna start shaking and shit. Right now, I've got the standard wing on it. I know you guys can't see that. Sorry about that. Anyway. So, standard black wing. It fits absolutely perfectly. And it's tight, which is what you want. Oh, it's not going all the way out. So we got post Rhino, scorched, perfect pass, ram jam, and in the back we have TP, hyperflow fans, and DMRC. I actually put this on before the wing. I'm gonna have to put it somewhere else. One might put one of his bigger stickers up here. But alright, so you've seen this most of the way done. But now it's finished. The first thing, the movement you hear is in the axle diff moving. But you can hear very good setup. Both motors are flat. But yeah, just gotta put 2 batteries on this side, 2 batteries on the other side, and you're done. You see, I also got the chassis at the same height all the way through. Setting up suspension, you know, I've done it a lot on other vehicles, but setting it up on a larger vehicle like this takes a little bit of work. Moving your shocks around. So on the front, all I did was I moved the shocks to the point to where it lifted the tires up just a little bit, which then lowers the chassis. So that's how I did it in the front. In the rear, my shocks are all the way out. So I had to use the little screw hole that pushes the chassis down. And then that's how I got the alignment. It was really, I don't know, you learn a lot doing little things like this. Even I still learn things every day. And setting that up was a very interesting thing for me. You've all seen the front and the rear. I mean, we've got all the perfect pass parts on here. We've got scorched parts, including the motor mount. And I finally figured out how to adjust that. So the problem I was having was I would set this upright, but then when I put the screws in, it would pull back a little bit. So I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do or not, but inside here on this side, there's these little groove things here. Well, I stuck a 2mm Allen wrench in there and turned it until I got the gear where I wanted it. Then I held it there and then screwed these 2 screws in, and that worked great. Turn this up on the side. What else? We got the receiver box, all the wires, wiring looks great. We got this new brace from Integi. I thought it was carbon fiber, but it's all machined aluminum, they said. So, I don't know. Not really using it for much. So, it's fine. Looks fine. What else did I have to do? I think that's about it, is to get the car level and straight. And I think I've done that. I might have to adjust the tow bars in the front. I might need to adjust those to get the tires 100% straight. Another thing I did was add this carbon fiber piece that is made to go with the Corvette. It looks awesome. So yeah, that's what I had to do to get it all finished. The motors are tight, everything's tight. Everything's been Loctited. This could go on the street tonight. It won't, because it's cold as hell outside and sleeting, but it could. So that is actually infraction number 3. So I'll move this body. Alright, now I'm going to take the body off Blue Flame. Take the pins off. I'll show it to you with the body on first. This one I got really low. And it's not a body low, it's a the whole thing's low, just like the dual motor. But this is the single motor speedrun build, which I think is going to be really fast. But yeah, the outside, the only thing that's changed is I did get rid of the JBIRC wheel axles and nuts because they're just too big and stand out too much for these type of vehicles. They look great on the Creightons. And I'm sure they look great on the other vehicles. Like they would look pretty cool on my Axial. But they really didn't look good on these because they're flush. I mean, they're flush. You can't have a big nut sticking out. I mean, so these are Ram Jam titanium wheel axles and titanium nuts. This whole setup here is titanium. Other than that, everything's pretty much the same. We've got the, I think it's Stupid RC Infraction wing. We've got the YZX body mounts. Or potty mounts. Sliders, roof sliders. Sorry. But other than that, everything on the outside's the same. So let's pop her open. So the big difference is here. Big differences are the aluminum chassis, the single motor. It's still got the XLX2, but just one of them. So let me get this one set up next to it. Yeah, I think the front end steering setup on blue one is way better than the red one. I've got to adjust the red one. You can see this wheel is straight and then this one's towed in. And then if you look at the blue one, they're both straight. So let's have a look. I mean, the layout's obvious. There's just an extra motor and ESC on the one. Everything else is very similar. Good picture. Alright, so that's number 2. So let's get number 1 out here. This will be the first one that I've built. Gotta make some room here. There's bodies everywhere. Now, I don't want to let the body bodies hit the floor. While I'm doing this, let's talk about the auction coming up. December 6th is a Friday. It's 2 weeks from last Friday. But just a little under 2 weeks to go. And it will start at 5 o'clock. And what I'll do is I'll put an item out like this, and I'll say starting bid $5, and I'll lay it there. And so I'll count down. I'll wait for a first bid, and if nobody bids in the first 20 seconds or so, I'll just go to the next thing. So I go to the next thing, and this one's $4. So I get a bid for $4, and then I say the highest bid is $4 by whoever. And then I'll count back from 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hopefully during that time, someone else will bid. So like at 5, Billy will chime in and comment that he would pay $6 for it. And so then I start over. So we got Billy at $6, 10, 9, 8, 7, and then Jim, he comes in and bids $10. So I'll go, Jim has it at $10. And then I'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when I get to 1, that's it. That's who won. It ends when I say 1. So if there's any bids that come in after that, they will not count. So I'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. And whoever's the highest bidder, Bill at $10 gets it. And I'll jot that down. I'll jot down that Bill's got it at this price. And I'll keep a running tally all night long of who gets what and what they're going to pay for it. Then at the end of the night, what I'll do is I'll tally all that up and send it to you guys and say, look, here's everything you ordered, here's what you owe, and then here's what shipping would be. Because you still have to pay shipping. I can't cover that. So, but, if you buy this, I can get, 10 of these in a priority mailbox that ships for $8. So if you would buy 10 things this size, your shipping is only $8 because you're going to pay actual shipping. You're not going to pay shipping that's been made up. I will show you that USPS, this is what they're charging. We'll pay it and we'll get that right out to you. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope so. Please, if you have any questions, please comment below. I will tell you, here's one thing. When you make a bid, if somebody bid before you, it doesn't matter. On your screen, it will show that you bid it first. But that's not how everybody else's screen shows it. I promise you. I know this is going to be a hang up. You're going to have two guys that bid the same amount at the same time, and whichever one comes through my phone first gets it. Does that make sense? All right. I hope that makes sense to everybody. It's going to be a pain in the ass during the auction if we get a bunch of guys bidding the same thing at the same time. It does happen, and I can tell you almost always the person that thinks they got it did not get it, because it always shows up on your phone as you did it first. So, All right, that's the option. Now, we got one more of these to look at. So this was the first one, kind of the first one I built. I built this while I was waiting on parts for number 2. I need to get this over here as close as I can. So on this one, the outside, we've got this little guy. This is a new front diffuser. Everything else has been the same on the outside the whole time. Got the big wing back there. So give me a second to pop this body off. I gotta take the doohickeys off of it. You guys just look at those and come up with questions or comments. And so far, these are my only speedrun vehicles. I think the next thing I'm going to build is a drag car, a real good drag car. Not just a Traxxas Slash turned into a drag car. I don't know which one we'll go with yet. That's what I got to investigate. God damn. I hate these black clips. This is the only one I have the black clips on, and they're horrible. I gotta get you some more silver ones. Jesus, these are shitty. Fuck. I will tell you, all of these are set up with center spool and lockers in the front and rear. So none of these have a slip differential or a geared differential. They're all straight, tight. If one wheel moves, all the wheels move. So for some reason, my first one is the one that everybody loves. I think everybody can relate to it more, whereas the other two are very expensive. But anybody could build this. This is a dual motors. These are stock motors. These are Spectrum. You can see the Spectrum right there. Spectrum stock motors. We have a Ram Jam motor mount. We have two 150 amp ESCs. And then behind it all, we've got a drift gyro, which I haven't tuned in yet, but I know how to use them. I used to use them all the time, but never on anything this big. So it'll be interesting to see if I can actually make drifting better with that. This has a upside down servo mount connected to the chassis brace. See, it's just like this chassis brace, only this one, the servo is mounted on the chassis, and this one's mounted to the brace. Come down the front. The fronts are pretty much the same. We got plastic, then the foam, then the aluminum GPM. This one's silver red. This one needs to be blue. I need this in blue, and then I need those back mounts right there in blue. If I had that one, it would be just tricked out like the red one. So like this one I have carbon fiber shock towers. This one I have titanium shock towers. And then this one, he just gets aluminum. Now, all these things that are in this one, I've bought for the other two, but decided not to use them. So I built this one. Like when I got the perfect pass body mount set up, I put the GPMs on this one. I did find out these shocks, the black ones, these are Integrity shocks. I didn't know that when I bought them, but this one still has plastic arms, plastic ends. This does have titanium rods. That rod right there is titanium, but it has plastic ends on it. We also have titanium upper hinge pins in the front here. It's titanium. And then I just installed titanium rear outer hinge pins back here at the bottom of that hub right there. So yeah, this little guy's a great setup. It runs really well. I tightened up the mesh a little bit on this one too. There's really no. This one sounds the best. The other two show friction, like they're too tight. I mean, I can tell that this one's a little too tight, but. So let's stand back and have a big old look at all three of them. What do you guys think? Do you think it was a smart project? So I got a red one, and I got a blue one, and then I got just a silver and black one. Shock wise, we got stock shocks with hot racing caps, lower mounting, and locked in spring cups. This set is just GPM. And then this set is Integrity. Now all three sets have the exact same springs, which are perfect pass springs. These two have BSR foam racing tires, and this one has the new What the hell is their name? Proline? Yeah. I don't have any bags laying around here anymore with their name on it. By the way, that's auction parts. These are empty stand parts. So I have it all set up. I got the 3 speed infractions in those locations. And then more. So now I'm all big boys except for that bottom shelf. Got tons of bodies up there. More stuff for the auction. Now I forgot what I was looking for. I can't remember. Some cool screenshots in this episode, guys. You guys should be screenshotting these things. Alright. So that's all 3 of my creations. Which one do I like best? Man, that's such a tough question. I mean, if I was going to a speedrun competition, I would take all 3 of them because I want to see what all 3 would do. If I was going out bashing with my friends, we got to do this one, obviously. If I was trying to break records, I'd have to go with number 3. Alright. I think that's it for the day. It's kind of a slow Saturday. I'm not really doing much. I just want to do this video today. I'm sick as hell, by the way, so if I sound funny, it's because I'm sick. So I'm locked in the house, doing nothing as usual. But if anybody wants some dogs, I might auction them off too, the little bastards. Barking at absolutely nothing. So this one has the SS600 NSDRC servo, which is a badass servo. This one has its little brother, the SS200. And this one is supposed to have the one in the middle, the SS400. So 4, 6, 2, which I would probably swap these two and go 6, 4, 2. But my problem is I can't get a hold of Mark. I don't know where the hell Mark is. I've been trying to tell him that I got a servo he needs to hear. I've sent him videos. So I don't know what's going on, but it's pretty messed up. I mean, I do a lot of advertising for him, and for him not to respond to me within a couple days, and it's been weeks. It's been a couple weeks. So the next video I'm going to do probably will be startup videos to show you guys exactly how they flow. Probably run each one for a couple minutes and talk about it. Right? Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this overview. If you, like I said, if you have any questions or comments on my build, other than telling me that I just built 3 shelf queens, because I don't need to hear that shit. If I did, so what? If these never run, who gives a shit? Why do you care? They're mine. And I'm hoping that they do run. because they're badass. And they were built to run. They weren't, put some pretty bits on it and it would be, everybody think it's good. No, these were ground up, built to race. So, if you want to get one before it's raced, message me. I know after I have them for a little while, I got some big time buyers that I bet will want one of these. So now's the time if you want one. And I'd like to see you run it. But if you want it to sit on the shelf, more power to you. Anywho, thanks for your time, everybody. Sorry about the dogs barking. I'm going to go shoot each one. No, I can't say that. I'll probably go to jail just by saying it. So I am not going to go shoot the dogs. Maybe. But I'll see you next time. Next time we're going to run them, see how they engage, how they sound. Are they smooth? Do they need more adjustments? That's what we'll do. I gotta get the batteries charged up, or I would do it right now, but the SMCs for this one are in storage mode, and the ones that I would use for this one are, they're probably okay. But I gotta figure out what I'm gonna use in that one until I get my SMC batteries for that one. But, well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, and we'll see you here next time on the Rhino Show. Thanks, everybody.